Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, Waratahs versus the Hurricanes. I was expecting a much better game, a much more competitive game from the Waratahs perspective. I thought this was going to be a potential win for the Waratahs. Never did I think that they were going to get flogged 57 points to 12, especially with the Hurricanes, you know, missing out some of the big name All Black players from, you know, Jordy Barry going overseas. You got Adi Savia going to play for Moana Pacifica, and you got, you know, the youngster Godfrey injured for this game as well. I thought, hey, with Swali'i back and with the stacked amount of Wallabies that is at the disposal of the Waratahs, this could be a opportunity for them to put on a good show. But this was so terrible. Like, it was to say that this was disappointing would be like an understatement for an Australian rugby fan. This was so bad. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about some of the absolute horrendous, garbage rugby we saw tonight. Right. First up, let's talk about the awful kicking game from the Waratahs. Okay, the amount of box kicks, the amount of up and unders that just went like 5 meters forward tonight leaves me scratching my head. Do any of these players even watched a game of rugby? Okay, I'm not asking if they're a professional player. I'm just asking if any of these players actually watched another person play rugby before. How could you repeatedly do these kicks that goes 5 meters forward, where your own teammates are put offside, that you have to run your teammates have to run backwards after the kick? Not just once, multiple times in both halves of the game. And nobody thought that we should change the strategy, guys. Let's not do that anymore after we already failed, like, you know, 5 of them. Let's keep doing it until we completely lose the bloody game. Dan McKellar, what is this I'm watching? Please explain to me. What is this I'm watching? Number one. Number two, the 4-pack don't seem to know how to play anything. The Rocks was just a disaster. An absolute disaster. There was no pressure at the breakdown defensively to slow down the Hurricanes. Hurricanes just like, hey, free ball, guys. Who wants to take another run? Like, there was no pressure at the breakdown from the Waratahs, no structure in defense, and in offense as well. Turnovers after turnovers conceding. Of course, you're going to kick the box kicked away because your forwards can't secure the ball at the breakdowns, right? Let's just punt up the ball in the air and let's see anybody can go and, like, you know, do something, right? Awful. Absolutely awful. Considering how many Wallabies you got in this squad, and this was the breakdown that I witnessed, leaves me scratching my head. What have you guys done in training? What was actually done in training? Did you guys not do any breakdown practice at all? Because this is what it looked like to me. Defensively as well. Missed tackles freaking everywhere. Getting bumped over. Players just getting bumped over like they're little kids or something. Like, it was embarrassing. Just getting bumped over. Left and right. It doesn't matter what position you are. Just getting bumped over constantly. The Hurricanes on the other side was able to, again and again, not only get turnovers at the breakdown, they were able to hold the players up to get the turnover, slow the ball down so you can't get quick ball, making their tackles. And the Waratahs just like, what is going on? What is going on? I know there was a few injuries early. Crichton had a head knock taken off early for HIA. And, you know, the biggest disappointment for me was Jorgensen seems like rolled his ankle. One of the tacklers landed on his ankle. And what was really disgraceful was that the referee just played on. The penalty advantage to the Waratahs. And then the penalty, no stopping. There's a doctor on the field looking at a player with potential rolled ankle or broken leg, and Damon Murphy just played on. Nah, who cares? That's right, he's trying to speed the game up. Fuck player welfare, let's just speed the game up. Somebody dead? Is somebody dead on the field? No? Okay, good, keep playing. Is he still alive? Nah, don't worry about it. Keep playing, guys. Disgraceful from the referee. Disgraceful. There's a clear injury, you need to stop the game. If someone's just down there because they're struggling to breathe or trying to milk some break time, sure, just play on. Who cares? Someone's clearly injured. Awful. And not to mention, someone explain this one for me. Okay? Someone explain this one to me. This line out. This line out's going forward by about 5 meters. Okay? Explain this to me. Damon Murphy, you are right there. Okay? The ball was supposed to go over your head. Because you're the referee. You're where the middle of the line out is supposed to be. It's gone 5 meters in front of you, Damon. No problem. You didn't see any problem. And the Waratahs did jump. Did try to contest for this. And by the way, even if the Waratahs don't jump, according to the law, he has to go straight if he goes past the 15. What the fuck is going on? Anyway, let's talk about Swali. You can tell me what you think his performance was tonight. He was put at outside center, which is a better position for him than fullback, because he showed he doesn't know how to play fullback. There was a point where, from a kickoff, the Hurricanes kicked the ball back into the 22. No pressure whatsoever. He caught a mark. And waited like 30 seconds for everybody to walk back. And then he punted the ball out, shanked the kick. It went out like, again, 5 meters in front of him. It's going out, right? Barely went out of the 22. So, definitely not good enough for $5 million investment. He did make some good tackles. He saved the one try. So I'll give him that. That's well done. He saved a really good try. Made some good tackles tonight. Hardly got the ball. I thought the way he attacked is so in rugby, the back line's dynamic. You can't a lot of times you have to like adjust your depth between you and the player in front of you and how the defense is lining up, and he's not adjusting. So what was happening was, because he wasn't adjusting, like, you know, or changing the angles as he's running, following through with his following up the attack line, the opposition's able to read him, and then he just gets shut down every time he got the ball. The few times he got the ball, he just got shut down, and it's just again showing a bit, you know, not really quite understanding, you know, fully understanding how the backline is supposed to. With the times where I think he should be a little bit faster to potentially get an offload from his teammate. There's times I thought he probably should be deeper to give himself some space to work with, and he's just not really adjusting those depths, you know, in a lot of the situations. So it wasn't really because he wasn't neutralized quite easily by the Hurricanes tonight. So yeah, and that's that. You know, $5 million. If he was on 800,000, okay, sure. 5 million? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Yeah, Rugby Australia, just, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. I've already had enough of Rant. Let's move on. I want to go watch the next game. So let's have a look at the points. The match stats. 9 tries to 2. 396 from the Hurricanes to 270 to the Waratahs. 26 defenders beaten to the Hurricanes. 16 for the Waratahs. 16 turnovers conceded for the Hurricanes. 17 to, there were so many drop balls from both teams. It was like, what is going on? 148 tackles made for the Hurricanes. 16 missed tackles. That's pretty decent. 117 tackles made for the Waratahs. 26 missed tackles. And you're wondering, how could the Waratahs only make 117 tackles when the Hurricanes made 396 run meters? I'll tell you how. If you don't make a tackle, it doesn't count as a missed tackle. right? So this missed tackle count could be a lot higher if they actually count the people that failed to make a tackle at all, to even attempt a tackle, because they're completely out of position, right? This would have been like 40 or something. That's why. Kicks in play, and this is something that really blew my mind. I had to like, this is something that really blew my mind, okay? Get ready, have your mind blown. 18 kicks in play for Waratahs, 280 kick meters. So the average kick meter is less than 20. The average kick meter is less than 20 for the Waratahs. Yeah. Dan McKellar, explain this for me, please. Three conversions missed by the Hurricanes, one by the Waratahs. Kicking has been an issue for all the New Zealand teams, to be fair. 1 liner lost for the Hurricanes, 4 liner lost for the Waratahs. 2 scrum lost for the Hurricanes. I thought the Waratahs did have a tiny bit of advantage over the Hurricanes in the scrummaging, but wasn't able. Yeah, the referee wasn't playing the game. Damon Murphy. What did you expect? 7 penalties considered for the Hurricanes. 8 against the Waratahs. There was 1 yellow card. I think it was a repeated penalty. It was. Oh no, it was a deliberate collapse of the maul. So penalty try, yellow card. Yeah. Anyway, let's quickly go through some of the tries. 3 minutes in the game, the Waratahs actually scored the first try. Believe it or not, they had a penalty. The one for the line out. Really nice offloads, crashing middle field. Even all the forwards doing the hard work, and then nice offload for one of the forwards to Crichton, who followed through for a try. 7 points to nil to the Waratahs. 8 minutes into the game, there was a Canes got a penalty, one for the line out, one for the maul. They were much wider. There were some good hands between the players. Eventually went out wide to Naholo, try time, 5 points to 7. Jorgensen got injured 10 minutes into the game. 18 minutes into the game, the Hurricanes piling in. There was a penalty advantage. It's a nice little, this all built up because of a nice little kick behind, and that was taken back in goal by the Waratahs. So Hurricanes had a scrum, and then eventually the ball just spread wide for a try. Second try, Naholo, 10 points to 7. 32 minutes into the game, there was a scrum inside the Hurricanes 22, basically. It was pumped down the field from the Hurricanes. Swali causes the mark immediately. I was like, okay, haven't seen that before. 37 minutes into the game, the Hurricanes crashed through with a lot of flat ball running. Eventually, Osafa Aumua gets the try, 17 points to 7. Right after the try was scored from the kickoff, missed tackles everywhere from the Waratahs. There was a nice break down the sideline. There was a tackle made on, I think, one of the big forwards. It was popped off the ball, gets popped off the ground. Roygar runs through, uncontested, 24 points to 7 halftime. Second half, again, Waratahs came out with a bit of energy. There was 3 minutes of second half. There was a nice grubber kick behind, and the Hurricanes had to take the ball out 5 meters out just outside their own try line. Waratahs had the line out. They crashed the ball. The ball was quickly switched back to the blind side. Long ball to the sideline, and Walton goes into the try. 24 points to 12. And then the game just completely got blown away. 51 minutes of the game, there was a penalty. The Hurricanes went for the line out. They got the maul. And then there was a penalty try for collapsing the maul. And a yellow card. 57 minutes of the game, there was missed tackles everywhere. Yosei was just bumping over players left and right like they're children. Looked like there was a knock on, but the referee said it was a knock back. There was a pass from Roygar to one of the forwards who hit him essentially hit him in the body. But it went backwards, and then the ball went out to Ruben Love. Flick pick pass, long out wide, backhanded flick from Ruben Love, by the way. It was really nice. And then this went to Puni Vai, went for the try. 38 points to 12. 61 minutes in the game, Braden Yosei was bumping through players left and right again. The Hurricanes got close to try line. The ball went flat to Brad Shields. Again, missed tackles, try time, 45 points to 12. 68 minutes into the game, another box kick from Waratahs didn't go anywhere. It was charged down. It didn't go anywhere, and the Waratahs literally the box kicked, right? The ball went 5 meters. They got the ball back. I decided to go for another box kick. And this one was charged down. There was chasers everywhere. Sullivan gets there before 2 Waratahs players somehow. Grounds the ball. 50 points to 12. There was a 78 minutes into the game. The Hurricanes signed out a penalty. They went for the line out. Bunch of crash balls. Quick hands out of the sideline. Naholo. 1-1 against Lancaster. Going in too high. Getting bumped. This must have been the second time or maybe third time he got bumped over by Naholo. Try time. 57 points to 12. And that was the end of that. Anyway. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Had a bit of a rant. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys later for hopefully better games for the rest of the week. Cheers.